The moment Bitcoin is going to be breaking this level, we are going to see the start of the big next Bitcoin bear market. At least that is what happened in the last 3 cycles on Bitcoin. And on today's update video, I want to be talking exactly about that level that we're right now retesting. I'm going to be obviously talk about the imminent short term on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin CME gap right now finally is filled up. We saw a major fake out, now a retest on the lower side of this symmetrical triangle. I am going to all discuss it on today's update video. I want to discuss the fact that we have seen the most of the crashes, not only in the New York session, but also during the Asia session. So I am going to talk about that also in today's update video. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end. I'm gonna be discussing the criteria of potentially the start of the Bitcoin bear market. I'm gonna be talking about the liquidity heat map, what I think is gonna be happening next year, where are my trades currently set up, and so much more on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1,000 likes to be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. And actually, before I go in towards all the content, I straight away want to be saying, because we have some breaking news here, over the last few days here, we have seen a lot of buybacks from the US Treasury. Yesterday, they bought back a whopping $1.9 billion of its own debt here. So guys, you have to understand, money creation is going parabolic. And the US debt is now almost on $38 trillion, and it will go more and more and more exponential. And ultimately, the dollars in your bank are going to evaporate its purchasing power. So yes, if I'm straight away gonna talk about Bitcoin, is it a great long-term investment? In my opinion, yes, for sure. I really think Bitcoin is gonna go to $1 million and even beyond, so I will for sure always hold my money into assets. But of course, what I will be discussing in this video also is some trading opportunities, because yes, I have been a little bit more bearish on Bitcoin, and most certainly it has paid off here. But ultimately, I want everyone that watches these videos to understand that, of course, the long-term perspective on Bitcoin for me never changes. But since I'm a trader, I'm also telling you something about what I think is happening in the short term. So we filled up the CME gap. That is, of course, a very great thing here. Yesterday, we, of course, saw that major fake out on the top side of the symmetrical triangle. Ultimately, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, we're just creating somewhat of a new consolidation phase with, of course, these lower highs on the top side, higher lows on the lower side. Bitcoin is basically still consolidating. And after such a major crash here towards the downside, this is what usually happens in the markets. We see these prolonged periods of consolidation, and whenever we're going to see a clear breakout is of course going to determine where Bitcoin is clearly going to be heading towards next year. And if we're looking at the past few weeks here, we have clearly seen that in these big corrections, Tokyo, or basically the Asia session, has been leading. You can see over here, big correction here during the Tokyo session. Then also, a few days before on Tuesday, also big correction during the Tokyo session. Then also over here, once again, big correction during the Tokyo session. Of course, the New York session was the big dump towards the downside. Why? It's because Trump, of course, announced these new tariffs during the New York trading session. But you can see that mainly during these Tokyo sessions, also over here, we have seen big corrections towards the downside. And what is very interesting this time around here is that during this session that we right now are having, which is about to close soon here, we've actually seen upside on the Bitcoin price action. So that is, of course, very great to be seeing. And let's see how it is going to be playing out further. But I do want to be warning and showing you that basically Asia is the one that is doing the major selling at this moment of time right now here. Then if I'm looking at the daily time frame on Bitcoin and basically look at this consolidation phase, you can clearly see major level of previous resistance flipped into support right here, then here now flipping into resistance. So Bitcoin clearly looking very interesting in my opinion right now here. Of course, we are right now seeing that extreme greed is returning again on the market for the cryptocurrency market. And if I'm also looking at the fear and greed index, I am currently seeing that there's a prolonged period of extreme fear. Here on the chart, you can see greed, but it was a misspelling here. But yeah, you can see a prolonged period of basically extreme fear here. And historically, whenever we do see these periods of high fear in the market, it corresponds with great buying opportunities as well here. So now the extreme fear period has not been very long, But as this is going to continue, it is going to be, of course, become a better and a better opportunity in general. And I do want to be mentioning still on the fact, guys, yes, I have shared my trading setups a long time already ago in the private Telegram group. I've shared them here on the YouTube channel, and we're still waiting for these trades to get filled up here. And that is actually 90% of the job with trading. 10% is just scouting for the opportunity, and 90% is just waiting and being patient. So that is all I am doing right now. I am being patient on the market right here. I want Bitcoin to come towards my orders, because if it does come in this region, I think a major bounce is most likely going to be imminent. So yes, all we got to do right now with the trades we set up here is just wait for the market to come towards us here. And of course, if anyone out there who is watching these videos is interested in trading, there are right now some insane deposit bonuses being run on WeX. First of all, by signing up an account using that first link below, guys, you will get a 25% fee rebate. Also, you can get a free coupon up to $100 by binding your phone number and email, and you can get up to $30,000 in additional deposit bonuses by making some deposits yourself here. So if you feel like trading and you're looking for a cheap, reliable, and a good exchange out there, make sure to check out WeX. And of course, that is the exchange where I am personally taking all my trades on. And guys, if I'm also looking at the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, and I'm just going to be looking at, of course, the bigger cycle and the bigger things of it all. Yeah, if I'm looking at this chart, it shows us that we should be topping out any moment soon here. And I'm not going to say we're going to top out right now, but whenever Bitcoin is going to be breaking below this moving average right here, that is going to be the point and the flipping point for me to say, okay, now we could start to see the potential start of the Bitcoin bear market, because this indicator has never been wrong here. Because historically, whenever we break below this zone right here, we see always, but always a retest of this level. So you can see here, we break below it, retest as resistance, bear market starts. Here also, break below it, retest as resistance, bear market starts. And I think this will be once again exactly play out here. So if we do see a break below this $102,000 level, we are literally going to be starting to see the witness of the start of the Bitcoin bear market. So this is going to be obviously a very important and critical point in the market, and I will keep you guys up to date exactly about it. I mean, if I'm looking at most of the charts, we are seeing indeed very bearish momentum getting created on Bitcoin. I am not liking what we're seeing over here. I'm not gonna lie with you here, because we are seeing, first of all, in terms of timings, that we are, of course, at the end stage of the Bitcoin bull market in terms of historical timings. Then we're creating a major bearish divergence on the top side. We are creating, of course, we're very close by crossing on this very important signal right here. Guys, these are all very important things I am taking in account here. And of course, whenever I see this really getting confirmed, I will let you know on the channel. And as of for now on, in my opinion, this is not a bottom structure. I am not seeing a bottom clearly on Bitcoin getting created right now. So I am not going to go in any long positions as of this moment of time here. I mean, I can clearly see there's a lot of liquidity laying above us. But for now on, I don't think it's going to be grabbed here. And of course, if we can fill up our orders on the lower side, I think a lot of people are going to be panicking. We're going to get negative funding rates, and then we could start to see that bounce here. So yeah, I have my orders set up around this region right here. If we can get an entry around this region, I think it's going to be great. Otherwise, I will definitely pass on doing so. So that is, of course, important and interesting to understand here. So don't get me wrong. I think Bitcoin is going to go to millions of dollars. But here on the imminent short term, I think it is looking a little bit more sketchy as of this moment of time here. Then looking on ETH, we're seeing a very interesting consolidation phase here with this higher low structure, lower high structure on the top side. And basically, we're creating somewhat of a symmetrical triangle here on the chart. And I mean, in the background, there are very bullish things happening. Like, for example, the Ethereum exchange reserve that is dropping very rapidly. So those are very great things. But once again, also for ETH, I am only interested in accumulating in this region right here. So I am still waiting. And yeah, personally, I see a lot of weakness in the chart right now. So I'm still waiting for this perfect entry. And that is, of course, around this white line on the lower side right here. So ETH is seeing somewhat of a consolidation phase, right? And whenever we're going to be breaking outside of the structure, we're going to be seeing the next major move again coming for us. So yeah, this and of course much more is also getting discussed in the VIP Telegram group. And over there, also more traders are talking about the market, sharing thoughts. You can join right now by using the second link in today's video description. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap up that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.